Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by your own emotions? Things like struggle or desire or even anger, and you just wish you could make them go away? Well, what if I told you the goal isn't to destroy them, but to transform them? Okay, let's get into this. It's a really profound idea.
So, where does this incredible idea come from? Our guide for this is a daily meditation from the revered spiritual thinker Swami Chidhavananda. And, hidden inside this short text is a powerful blueprint for literally changing our inner world. And it all kicks off with this really fundamental question, one that I think a lot of us face pretty much every day. Is it actually possible to take the raw, kind of chaotic energy of our own struggles and turn it into a state of real, profound peace? Well, the text says yes, and it's going to show us how. And here it is. This is the core prayer of the whole meditation. It's asking for a shift away from what's called bogga, which is all about worldly pleasure, towards yoga, which, means union with our higher self. The key here isn't to get rid of that energy, but to just redirect it. This right here, this is the heart of it all. We are not meant to fight or suppress these incredibly powerful forces inside us. I mean, let's be honest, that's a battle we almost never win. Instead, we're invited to be more like an alchemist, to change the very nature of that energy, not to destroy it. So, to make this whole idea crystal clear, the text gives us this absolutely brilliant real-world analogy. It's a comparison that makes this big, abstract concept feel incredibly real and easy to grasp. Okay, first, just picture a huge, magnificent, roaring waterfall. It is pure, untamed, raw energy. It's beautiful for sure, but it's also chaotic and, honestly, kind of destructive if you get too close. This waterfall, that's our raw, untamed emotional energy. So what happens to all that raw power if you can actually channel it in the right way? It becomes electricity. That exact same chaotic force is transformed into a focused, controlled, and unbelievably useful power that can light up entire cities. See? The energy isn't destroyed, it's just harnessed and given a whole new purpose. And this just illustrates the whole idea perfectly. In the physical world, the waterfall's raw force becomes electricity's focused power. And in our inner world, our own raw emotional energy can be transformed into spiritual peace and strength. It's the exact same energy, just with a different form and a different direction. Okay, that analogy is fantastic, right? But it definitely begs the question, how in the world do we build this hydroelectric plant inside of ourselves? How do we make this practical in our own lives? And the text doesn't just leave us hanging there. It actually lays out a very specific path for this inner alchemy, giving us really concrete examples of what we can transform. So first up, let's take the feeling of struggle, poratum, as you can see it here in the original Tamil. This is that internal conflict, that friction that just eats up so much of our mental energy. Now, that very same energy, when you change its direction from fighting against things to accepting them, it transforms into this incredible sense of inner peace. You're not making peace out of nothing. You're literally converting the energy of struggle into it. Next, the text talks about a really powerful human energy, lust or kama. This is that super intense craving we get for external things, whether it's objects or experiences or people. So what happens when you take that intense yearning and you redirect it? You turn it away from the temporary things of the world and turn it inward toward the divine or a higher purpose. Well, it becomes devotion. The intensity is still there, but its target has changed, and that leads to real spiritual fulfillment. And finally, the text takes on one of the toughest, most corrosive emotions, hatred, or verupu. This is such a powerful, focused energy, but it's all directed negatively towards someone or something else. Now get this is what's truly remarkable. The text says even this dark energy can be changed. By harnessing its focus and just flipping its polarity, it becomes a deep, grace-filled compassion for all beings. Yep, even for those you once felt hatred for. So what's the end game here? What happens when a person truly masters this inner alchemy? Where does this path ultimately take you? Well, the text wraps up with a quote from the poet Saint Paternoster to show us the final destination. The first part of what this sage realizes is this release from the constant push and pull of the world. And notice what he says. He's left behind both pleasure and pain. So this isn't about just feeling good all the time. It's about getting off that roller coaster entirely. There's actually a philosophical term for this state, non-duality. It's the ability to see beyond all the labels our minds are constantly creating: good, bad, right, wrong. Instead of a world of opposites, you just experience a unified reality. That is the kind of profound peace you get when you're no longer a slave to your highs and lows. And here's the stunning conclusion. After all of this inner work, the supreme reality isn't something the sage goes out and finds. No, instead he realizes it has come and reached him. It was already there inside all along. And that's really the ultimate point. The entire journey of transformation isn't about becoming some other person. It's about going inward, peeling back the layers of our chaotic emotions to find that serene, divine reality that was at our very core the whole time. And this brings all this ancient wisdom right back to us, right here, right now. It leaves us with a really personal and powerful question to think about. If you look at the waterfall of your own emotions, which current of raw energy will you choose to transform today?